Hello everyone, welcome back to Crafty Nurse Q. My name is Qvatis, and on this channel I do cash stuffing and budget related videos. In today's video, I will be doing a health status update on my husband's condition that I left a post about a little while back in November. And I will also be talking about like the importance of doing things like your living will. So I was in the process of filming for doing the January budget setup, and I wanted to go ahead and do an update for everyone because so many people reached out and gave me nice encouraging words and were telling me they were praying for me. So I wanted to do a video talking about it. All right. If that's something that interests you, go ahead and stay tuned. Hi guys, welcome back. Okay, so I was sitting here, getting ready to set up the month of January, and you guys remember I told you that. So what I'm going to be doing today, I realized that I really do need to go back and see what's in all of the funds that I have because I've been away from home for a little bit because I was seeing to my husband he was at the hospital, and I told you. I guess I could just do the talk through here. And he was in the hospital, and he actually had an aneurysm in November. So then that's when I realized I don't know fully what's even in these envelopes because the budget got all screwed up because once you're in an emergency, you just start swiping and you really don't know anything. So I'll be doing a monthly reset, and thankfully, I'm happy to report like he went into the hospital and it was on November 14th. So it was right after I did this last video right here, the last one that you see from last year. So that was almost 2 months ago. So today is actually the 8th. I'm filming this and I'm a little bit behind, we're starting over, but he is coming home from rehab. So he survived, which is, that's a brain aneurysm is a big deal. And so it was a lot on the family and everything. And, it took a lot of prayers. Thank you all for your prayers. And my church was praying. We were praying like around the clock. So it was like critical care. He was in critical care for 3 weeks. And then he went to the regular unit. And then he had to go over to a hospital rehab. So, oh my gosh, it's just a lot. And in that, I was thinking about it, and I was just also thankful that, we had some stuff set in place. His job was such a tremendous help. My church was such a tremendous help. I was out of town, and then I had to like rent an Airbnb. Y'all, it has been a lot. And I am truly, like I say, I'm just happy to say that he will be coming home, coming up shortly. He's coming home from the hospital. He's still going to be doing some rehab and physical therapy, but God has been great and been blessing us, and I'm just thankful for that. And I know I said all of that because I left the post, and it was kind of like I didn't really do any updating on it, but I just want you all to know it wasn't that I just couldn't. I just literally didn't have the time or the energy. I mean, it was just it was just a lot when you feel like you're about to lose, your companion. And I, like I say, I'm just thankful. I'm happy that we can get back here. So today you'll probably hear me talking a lot more about it as the time goes because, like we're still in the midst of it. But, right now I'm just truly thankful and grateful that, he's come through, he's out of the woods, and he will be coming home with us. It's like we both celebrated this is our first time not having our birthdays together because both of our birthdays are in the month of December. And it was just, it's just like it's just been an emotional journey. So just trying to start everything back over. And that's when I was talking about, maybe I could just do it here this is probably going to end up being a separate video, but like some of the stuff that I would say, like, because when you look at it, you think that you've done enough preparing, right? Like with me, I'm trying to get our budget and our finances together, and it's like he handles part of the finances. So now what do you do when this person is now going unresponsive? And a lot of people talk about this. I talked about like this, like with my um with his like human resources. They were telling me like, as far as like the insurance, like the hospital stuff, that there's like hospital insurance that you can get. So that will cover, it's not like it's going to cover like, oh my God, when I look at like what the actual hospital bill was like, ooh, it's like we're so blessed to, if you can have health insurance, make sure you have some health insurance, because that would be, wow, that's like something that would set you back tremendously if you didn't have it. I mean, this stuff gets over, the bill, that's going through the insurance company, that's gone over $500,000. It's close to $1 million. I'm just like, wow, that's why in that I'm just like thankful and grateful, that, those are some of the things that we thought about. And then that's something that I wanted to share with you all, make sure if there's any way possible. I know they have like I guess I'm just gonna like probably be putting like some links in here too, because I feel like, when something happens, that you also have like some experience that you can share with people. They have like the health place, the marketplace. I don't know how that's going to be going forward. And I do think it's like extreme situations. Like you can also get on like the Medicaid, Medicare, if your job doesn't offer like the hospital insurances, like all of those different insurances, those are different things that you can do. And if you can at all get some sort of insurance, those are things that would be great for you to do. But yeah, as far as getting insurance, I would suggest doing that. And then also something that we ran into is like, like you need like a living will, we really do need to have a living will, because we want everybody to know, what needs to be done. And that way there's no arguments among the family. And then I'm also a nurse, so I think about a lot of this stuff too. That way there's nothing going on between family members. I'm grateful that, none of that was coming up, but you do have to have, like you say, I know you have a will, we have some of that together, but you have to have like a living will as well, like your healthcare proxy. All of that stuff is something that you would want to have in place. And it was strange because like some of the stuff that the doctors were coming to, with so many people coming to me, they were asking, trying to get my consent on different things. Because when he first went to the hospital, he was still somewhat coherent, and he already did have me, like in the chart for, the purse, like the next of kin and everything like that. So all of that, they were, just coming to me getting consent, and it was just so much going on. And while you're in the midst of that, like the financial stuff is something you don't want to have to worry about. And I was thinking about that. I said, that's something you don't want to have to worry about while you're afraid that your loved one, you're praying for them, and you're thinking about your children and how they're going to do. And then, that's something you don't want to have to think about. So in that, if at all possible, that's something, we should be looking into, like getting our wills together. We want to live in will. What's that? The healthcare proxy. All of those are things that would be beneficial, and even to your loved ones. And I think they even have like, I know a lot of people think that they can't get insurance, or they can't get, like, what's that called? Life insurance. They do have like death insurance. There's different insurances that you can get, because a lot of times you're thinking about it and you don't want to be a burden on your loved one when when you leave or something like that. So all of that is, not that it's burdensome to them, but they're already grieving you, and then now they have to figure out like, what are we gonna do? What are the plans? So all of that stuff, that if it can be done, do it. Oh, and the other thing I want to talk about, like these passwords, like my husband, he's a technology guy, and it was like he wanted to like show us like where his passwords are on his phone. But then if you think about it, you like dealing with the technology now, it's like all like your passwords. Okay, I get that. I know a lot of your passwords. I know a lot of his passwords and stuff, but most of it is like, you have to get the face recognition. He was trying to show us in the phone This was before he went totally and, just couldn't say anything, because once he, he had to be rushed for like emergency. He had to get his surgery. I mean, y'all know what would come along with like having an aneurysm. But anyway, he had 2 ruptured aneurysms by the time, while he was there, he had a second one. So it's just, a very emergent situation. So, and in that, I thought about it, and I said, like, if, and a lot of people, I was talking to the human resource lady, and she was saying, that's something that we need to do. She was saying also, she was saying, I was talking to my husband about it, this is a lot. I need to know, we all need to know passwords. We need to know the bank account information. We need to know where this bill is coming from. We need to know all of that information. I understand, you're living together, you're a spouse, but you really do. That way we don't run into the situation where like all the information is now with this person, and then now we have to wait and keep going around and try to get, they're asking for different documents at the bank. That would just be a lot, with your loved ones. I just feel like now it's at the point where we have to protect our loved ones as well, and make sure that we're getting all of that stuff in place, and just making sure, passwords, like your bank account information. Now, this is something else, but it's just nothing for us to set it up and leave all of our passwords. And that's something I need to be doing. And it needs to be somewhere like on paper too, because you can't always get into the electronic world. You get locked out and then that's it. So those were just some thoughts that I was having, and in a difficult time. And it's just yeah, I'm just thankful to God, and I'm just thankful for our faith in God and Jesus, and our church, like I say, you guys praying, our Facebook people, just everybody that was sending prayers, all of our family, they were sending prayers everywhere. It was all kind of people, like even now, just coming to the hospital. They wanted to see him, and because I don't know if I told you before, because like he was an acting pastor at the time as well. But it's just, we just, in this time, we have to, prepare, and we have to trust in God, but we also do have to, I feel like we do have a responsibility to prepare for things that could come up. So that's just something I wanted to go over. And yeah, so I don't know if you guys want to leave some comments, or I don't mind, like, not personal information, but like if you want to ask some questions about anything, or even if you have questions about like trying to figure out a will, or trying to figure out insurance or something like that, we can talk about some stuff like that. All right. So I'm gonna soon be getting into the, going into the budget, what I was originally about to do, but it's looking like it's probably going to be in another video, but I don't know. If it is, thank you guys for joining me today and just hearing me out. And thank you for supporting me on YouTube. Thank you for, your comments telling me, your prayers and all that stuff. All of that stuff means so much, and it meant so much to us. And I just wanted to thank you for that. All right.